This is the Cubs POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Chicago Cubs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Locked On Cubs postcast here on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel. My name is Joe George, here with you after every single show. Another day, another mess for the Cubs. There's a lot to get to in this game. Everything is going wrong for the Cubs. Everything that could go right continues to go wrong as the Cubs lose to the Pittsburgh Pirates in Game 1 of this series. This episode is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. Go to 5hourenergy.com today and use my promo code LOCKEDONMLB to receive 20% off your first order. Only valid through September 30th. Order transfusion flavored 5 Hour Energy shots today. Sorry about the darkness in here for those watching live on YouTube. I guess we'll start at the end there. PCA, you got to stay on the bag, dude. Like, you can't run past. You cannot slide past second base like that. I mean, to have a 3-hit game, one that he's desperately needed, to have an opportunity to get to second base with Nico Hoerner, who's been clutch all season, coming up to the plate, and he slides past the bag. I mean, it's just everything that can go wrong has. You have a runner in scoring position earlier in the game. Ian Happ screams a liner right up the middle. The Pirates shortstop is in the perfect position. He jumps and makes the catch. Daniel Palencia hasn't given up a home run in nearly 2 months, gives up one to the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 9th inning. As Lamar says here in the chat, boo! Yes, they got booed leaving the field. It wasn't loud enough with the way they're playing right now. The season continues to get to a point where, look, if it wasn't for the Mets being absolutely terrible, the Cubs would be in like real danger of missing the playoffs. They still are, honestly, at this point. But the Mets are just playing so bad that it's kind of protecting the Cubs at this point. But you've got the Reds right there who play the Brewers this weekend. Maybe that'll save you. But to lose this game is totally unacceptable. And it's almost in the same situation as it was in the last game versus Toronto. In Toronto, second and third with nobody out, strikeout. In this game, it's bases loaded with nobody out. Matt Shaw does his job, sack fly, and then pop out, and the inning is over. I mean, so they're getting some bad breaks, yes, like with the Ian Happ one. There is some okay contact happening on this team, but at the end of the day, it's clutch hitting. We're going to get to Owen Casey, a couple questions about him not playing in this game. We're talking about Craig Counsell's comments before the game because they pissed me off even more than, before the game. Then I'm more pissed now than I was before, but everything is just going wrong. I'm curious to what the reasoning is. Not that it really mattered at the end, like why Reese McGuire was pulled. Honestly, I'm curious. Like, I was the only positive thing I want to take away from this game is the fact that PCA ran because he was clearly hurt at one point when he scored on the sac fly when Matt Shaw brought him in. To see him be able to run is the only thing, and his swings at the plate. But again, to over steal the bag there is just unacceptable. Daniel Palencia, I know he's not been used a lot. I know he hasn't given up a home run in almost 2 months, but that can't happen. So everything that can go wrong for the Cubs, it continues to go wrong for this team. And I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. So before the game, and this is why I'm annoyed with Craig Counsell, because he's just wrong. He's delusional. He said before the game today when meeting with the media, he said, things not going right is not what's happening. That's partially true. But he also deflected again about how bad things are. He continues to spew this nonsense about how things are going to get better and there's good hitters in the lineup. And it's just, they just got to get out of it. Kyle Tucker saying the same thing. Just got to get out of it. But they can't. And Craig Counsell's strategy to trying to get out of it is taking Michael Busch out of the game. Yes, I get it. Justin Turner is better against lefties for the most part, I guess, with his near Mendoza line batting average. But then later in the game, he comes up and it's not a lefty on the mound. It's a righty, and Michael Busch is out of the game. Why is that the decision that you're making? Why is Ian Happ batting fourth? Why is that happening? Why is Ian Happ batting fourth in this game? I don't understand. You got to play Owen Casey, first of all. We'll get to that after the break. But Ian Happ doesn't have to bat fourth. I've been kind of standing my ground here recently of Matt Shaw is good where he's at because you don't want him to ruin up what he's got going on. I've changed my mind. Nico Horner and Matt Shaw should be your first and second batters at this point in the game, or at least higher up. Put Nico Horner fourth. He's been good all season long with runners in scoring position. Matt Shaw has been the best hitter, not just on this team, but one of the 5 best OPS guys since the All-Star break. And you're sitting them at the bottom of the order, and they're not coming up very often when there's clutch positioning to happen. I know Nico got out there in the end, but again, PCA was not even on second base, and he should have been. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's it just keeps unraveling in a way here that is shocking to me. Larry says Tucker is the problem here. His demise coincides with the slide. Yeah, I mean, it is one thing to, I mean, like you can't blame this all on Kyle Tucker. He is problem number 1 for the Cubs. I don't think there's any question about that. He's the problem because if he was going, it just makes your lineup so much better. Kyle Tucker could, in theory, carry this team to a lot of these wins. If he hit 1 home run today, something he has only done 1 time since July 1st, it's a different ball game. But he's doing nothing. Suzuki's doing nothing. Michael Busch, for the most part, is doing nothing. He's had a couple nice at-bats recently. But like in large part, these guys, and until today, Pete Crow-Armstrong is doing nothing. And 2 instances with PCA. And that's why I don't want to give PCA just the one moment. There's the other one, too. I forgot about it in the frustration. But as I'm looking through my notes here, he also got thrown out at second base being over-aggressive. And you need guys on base. There's times to be aggressive. There's times to not. But if you're going to be, you have to be safe. I'll be honest also, I kind of felt like the first replay I saw probably would have been worthy of a challenge. It wasn't. And the other thing that pisses me off about this game is I don't often think it really matters if a manager is thrown out of a game, but sometimes it's worth it. And that strike 3 call on Seiya Suzuki was abysmal. It's 6 inches above the strike zone. And Craig Counsell is just throwing his hands up like nothing's the matter. Like he's clearly upset, but where is the anger from your manager? Stand up for your dude. And I know it won't be a problem next year because you can challenge it, but you got to get thrown out in that situation. Try something, get thrown out of a game. Try to motivate this team in some way, shape, or form. Show them that you have their back instead of just rolling out this dirt lineup every single game with Ian Happ batting in valuable batting positions, whether it's second or fourth. I totally agree here with Kevin. Happ should be batting 9th. I also don't totally agree with you, Kevin. Ian Happ shouldn't be batting at this point. We're going to take a break here because I want to talk about Owen Casey because that's the other thing about this game, that it better not be a trend. It better not be their plan for Owen Casey. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things of why they lost this game. Owen Casey playing doesn't probably break this luck open and get things going right in the right direction for the Chicago Cubs, but this better not be what they're planning. So we'll take a break here. We'll get to more of your comments, your reactions to the game, everything going on, and we'll talk about Owen Casey. We'll get to all of that next year on the Locked on Cubs postcast on the Locked on Cubs YouTube channel. Today's show is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever having to touch a spreadsheet. Don't let the financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Today's show is also brought to you by 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. It brings the bold grape ginger and lime flavor of your favorite golf drink minus the alcohol into a quick, energizing shot. Whether you're sinking birdies or just making memories with friends, this one's a hole-in-one for your energy game. let's be honest, some days on the course or off of it, you just need that extra boost to stay sharp and energized. I'm terrible at golf, so I need extra energy when I'm out there all the time, even though I do enjoy being bad at it. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The grape ginger lime flavor gives you the best parts of your clubhouse to go without chasing down the bev cart. If you go to 5hourenergy.com today, that's the number 5hourenergy.com, you can use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your first order. This offer is only valid until September 30th on one order and cannot be used with other promotions. This code is not good on subscription orders. All right, where's Owen Casey? Where is he? Why is he not in the lineup? I guess you wait to put out your lineup so he can make his Major League Baseball debut in his home country of Canada. Really cool story. Nearly has his first hit. But then he's not in the lineup today. And if it's one day, I'll be okay. We'll see. I'm anxious already for what happens tomorrow to see what the lineup looks like. But if their response to Miguel Amaya being injured is to bring up Owen Casey for however long it is and to play him sparingly, it's a mistake. Why is he here? Why is he not getting regular at-bats if he's not going to be in the lineup every day? So we'll see, but he should be out there every single day. You want to sit Kyle Tucker? Fine. You want to sit Ian Happ? Fine. You want to sit Seiya Suzuki? Fine. But Owen Casey should be out there every single day. Honestly, PCA is probably going to be the one gut feeling here to get the day off tomorrow because he was limping around the bag at one point in the game. So, but I just don't understand why he wasn't there to make his home debut. I hope the reason is that they didn't have his jersey ready for him, honestly. I know it's not, but put him out there. Just see what the kid can do. There's no reason to not have him in the everyday lineup, especially when, again, you're rolling out Ian Happ batting second or fourth. It makes no logical sense to why he was not in the lineup today. And again, if this is their plan, which what my concern is that it is their plan to not have him come up and play on a regular basis. Based on what Craig Counsell said on the score last week, I think it was the day actually that Amaya got hurt. It might have been the day before, where he talked about not really considering bringing up the young prospects in Casey and Ballesteros, and then by force they had to do this. But because of those comments, I wonder, is Craig Counsell going to hold off on playing him on a regular basis? So you wait and see, I guess, for tomorrow. But the big picture of this game today overall is they are not fixing it. And Craig Counsell can say before the game, you just got to find a way out of it. But it's at the point now where you have to do something to get this thing rolling in the right direction, or they're not going to make the playoffs. It is a very real thing at this point in time, where if the Cubs continue to play this way, that they are going to they're going to fall apart. They're going to totally collapse this season. And I want to argue against it. I want to say it's not going to happen, but the players on the field are showing nothing that's going to change. The momentum is just plummeting in the wrong direction. So whether it's a lineup change or anything, something's got to change. And the players on the field, at the end of the day, it is them. While I'm angry with Craig Counsell's comments and lineup construction and all that stuff and not playing Owen Casey, at the end of the day, it is on the guys who are out there batting basically 1 through 6 that are not holding this together. The starting pitching, another good day for Colin Ray. It continues to be very good. Your bullpen, until Palencia gave up that home run, is holding it down. It's just there's no run support for this team. This is just another winnable baseball game. Because that's the thing, too, is it's not like they're losing these games and they're out there getting shelled and they're losing 10-2 and your pitching's bad and your lineup's bad. Most of these games are totally winnable if you just score 4 or 5 runs, things that they were doing on a regular basis for basically 3 months of the season. And now it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where they go. Drive Secure here on YouTube says, do you guys think the Cubs could be a AAA team? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Beef says, exciting news. Exciting new signs for the outfield plan for 2032. Can't wait. Yeah, Carter's going to want that one back. I get what he was trying to say, but when you see what's happening with this team and you're talking about wait till 2032 or think about 2032, it doesn't make any of us feel good. Chris says, can't even beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Flat out embarrassment. Yeah, you got to win the next 2 games here, or it's going to be even worse than it feels now. But so the next 2 games are very important. You avoid Paul Skeens. You got Shota going tomorrow. You got Javier Assad going on Sunday. Must-win games. I'll put it that way. I know technically must-win games are only when the playoffs or your season is on the line. But at this point, it is a must-win game. For the next 2 games, you have to. A bunch of people asking, are the Brewers going to sweep the Cubs? They might get 1 win. The way they're playing right now, I think the Cubs would be lucky to get 1 win. The Milwaukee Brewers, who at this moment, as we're live here, have won 12 straight games. The Cubs would be lucky to get one win in that 5-game series. All right, that will do it for us here on the Locked on Cubs postcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Back with you guys tomorrow and Sunday. Here every game, basically, for you talking all things Cubs, reacting to the frustrations that we are seeing through it. Let's see before here. Jimmy, real quick, says, Joe, mentioned Palencia pitching a non-save situation. Okay, real quick on that before we leave. Jimmy, the only thing is, it's the right decision because you got to get to the 10th inning. And do you want Daniel Palencia out there? You have 3 options. Don't pitch Daniel Palencia is number 1. Pitch Daniel Palencia in the 9th inning in a non-save situation, or pitch him with the runner on second base. And I think right now you have to use him in the 9th or the 10th, but you got to get to the 10th inning. He didn't, but I think pitching Palencia there was the right decision. Just gave up a home run, his first run in 2 months. And again, it's the guys in the lineup who are not providing run support. Can't even be angry with Daniel Palencia and the reason why the Cubs lost this game today. So that will do it for us now. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button here on YouTube, plus wherever you get your podcasts, Apple and Spotify. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow right here on the Locked on Cubs YouTube channel. Peace.